Hey guys, this is No Solution. I'm Scott, and today I have a little different video. This is kind of a story time of my interaction with Roger Martinez of Vengeance Rising, the very popular at the time Christian death metal band. So if you're not familiar with them, it kind of started out more as a thrash kind of project, and the first two albums here were with a stable lineup, and then it became kind of Roger Martinez, the vocalist. It became his project, and with a revolving cast of characters after that. They did a total of 4 albums. So I asked for a t-shirt of the Vengeance Rising Human Sacrifice debut album cover for Christmas 1992. I was into all kinds of metal, but I was raised fairly religious, and this was something that my mom would approve of. A t-shirt from a Christian metal band. So I asked for the t-shirt. Christmas came, and my mom told me, well, I ordered the t-shirt and it didn't come yet, so hopefully it'll come soon. I was like, okay, that's fine. And months went by, nothing happened. Then in the summer of 1993, I received this envelope. She was addressed to my dad, which I assume maybe was the name on the check. So we'll open this up here. And inside, got a couple things, but the main thing is this stapled, I don't know, 20 sheets of paper. And I'm sorry. Roger Martinez return address there. So inside, I was going to read this entire thing, but then I realized how long it was, so I'm not going to read the entire thing. But the cover letter was dated July 5th, 1993. So I'm assuming this came, it came somewhat after that, as we'll see. But it's addressed to my mom, who I don't know if that was the name on the order. It says, Dear Donna, I'm so very sorry about all of this delay with your order. I wish there was something I could say or do for you to make it up. I've been so jacked around by this nightmare in the name of God, no less. It's insane. What's worse is that it's affecting you. Thank you for your encouragement and appreciation of the work God has allowed me to participate in. I've actually even decided to do the shirts for the purpose of it, with a twist. People are to evangelize with it and to spread the boycott of my records at the same time, by explaining to whoever it is they're talking to what we do and do not accept. That the thieves are not sanctioned by believers. That those who harm others in the name of God are not what we support. Because I'm at one of the lowest points in my life right now, I'd rather not raise your hopes only to crush them by giving a specific date promise of when your stuff will come. But it will, unless I die first. I feel horrible. What they've done has got to be a classic case in oppression of the fatherless. I hope you can forgive me and continue as a friend with whom I may know is in prayer for me. I'm not a thief, I'm a victim. So I just want you to know, hey, if you're bitter, well, I would be too. I can't hold that against you. I just ask for your patience while I try to scramble a life together again. I've lost everything. Apartment, car, equipment, credit, job, due to no car. I don't get it. The wicked are called good. Well, I hope that sometime in the future I might somehow be able to be a blessing to you, because right now, let's face it, I'm more like smoke to the eyes. And to let you know, I'm despising every second of it, while those like you are a secondary victim. When you've got no dad to teach you, you just do your best and learn in the street. I'll tell you what, though, I certainly will be living my 30s much differently than I did my 20s. I guess that can't really mean anything to you yet. I guess just the main thing I really want to get across is, just be sure not to get mad at God for the failures of men. God has not failed you, I have, and others have. You can be mad at me, I accept that, and will attempt to make amends. Just don't let anyone or anything try to get you mad at God. This problem stems from wicked men, not from the one who loves you, Donna, so dearly. Donna is my mom's name. I'll take care of this ASAP. I have no reason not to. I entered this because I sought your good. That is still my heart's true intention. Sincerely, your brother and servant of the Lord Jesus Christ, Roger. You may keep in touch with me through the teaching tapes also. My students will be my first priority on my correspondence beyond getting these things taken care of. No time frames, but when I can. So at the time, Roger was doing like Christian teaching lessons on tape that he was sending through the mail. So that's what he was referring to with those would be his first priority. But yeah, so that's the cover letter. That was dated July 5th, 1993. Then immediately following that is a 2-page letter from January 27th, 1993, which has kind of a different tone. So I'll go through this. I'm not sure I'm going to read the whole thing, but dear friends and some soon-to-be enemies, I suppose. I write this the morning I'm leaving the United States to live in England, for good if I can help it. I send the last of all items I will produce in the name of ministry, so to say. That is, folks, I have no right any longer to be any sort of role model or minister due to the fact that my marriage has crumbled to nothing. And whereas the many things that led to that are too many to bother with here, I will say this. How the hell and why the hell was there no account nor assistance with the bullshit situations I was put through and all these bastards in the name of God, no less? And then it says, in parentheses, Jimmy Kempenez / Frontline Music / Die Happy. You see, my friend, or unsympathetic hireling fuck, I sat a couple of months ago with a fucking gun, cocked and loaded, ready to take my fucking life, and it weren't for someone from another country altogether calling and having Los Angeles police officers break into my apartment, which I have since been evicted in agape love by the bastards of Foursquare International / Rolf McPherson and henchman Stan, quote, Satan Wilson. And let those rats deny it. Heck, I recorded the phone conversation where I was told not to even pay my rent because they were going to evict me no matter what anyway, due to the fact that even after I faithfully paid my rent and caused no problems, after 8 years of residence, my wife, who worked for Foursquare, walked out on me and I wasn't Foursquare, so even though all of that I've done for Foursquare, and it's a list all right, I have been thrown into the street by these agape, pass-the-bucket Pentecostal rats. So, yeah. There's a lot of run-on stuff. Hopefully you can follow it. It's kind of hard to follow on the page, and I don't know how you're going to follow up me reading it. As for Ruby, my wife, hell, after 9.5 years, she refused to give me any children, so I'm going to find myself a woman who will not lie like she did in premarital counseling and tell me that after 5 years she would bear my children and then walk out on me claiming I was verbally abusive because I wanted children and she wouldn't confer due to her fear since she is petite. Anyway, I could go into it all, but I have packing to do. I will say this, though. As for the hirelings, I'm about to become their worst nightmare. The new Sam Kinison minus the blasphemy. I'll be as Isaiah walking naked through the streets. The religious hypocrites who don't give a damn about the youth other than in word. And they say different? Hell, let me question them in open debate on national television. They will cringe in horror due to the fact that I've been around talking nice for 10 years now. It's time for a new approach. And hey, do I justify any of my sin? Hell no. But I won't live a fucking lie anymore when people ask me, hey Raj, how you doing? Instead of saying, oh fine, thank you, it'll be the truth. Fucked, I had a fucking loaded and cocked gun in my mouth recently, you know. And don't write any how could you, how dare you letters. I'll be liable to knock your teeth out if I ever met you. I've been dead, you see. You can't do shit but change the bullshit of hirelings running the church without any standards except that which saves face. I see through that bullshit. So beware if you dare come to me with a complaint. I'm a fucking victim of this bullshit system called the church. Who the fuck did what to protest the crap I've gone through? Charles Stanley, the man I met and who told me, Roger Martinez, I will never forget your name, who when I called and wrote for counsel did not delegate one fucking person to come alongside me after I've preached in Baptist churches all across the earth. Or Chuck Smith, nothing, fucking nothing. Bob Beeman, shit, don't get me started on that farce. I'll be talking to the press soon enough from London. They're too busy, are they? Then something's fucking wrong, wouldn't you say? When I'm at the point of suicide after the life I've led, something's fucking wrong. I say change it or I'll be the church's worst nightmare. I'll make Sam Kinison, Jimmy Swaggart, David Hocking, and the Archbishop of the Catholic Church look like Disneyland. What you got, church? Prodigal am I? No, I'm prodigal. So when the servants get their act in gear and slay the fatted calf and bring the robe and signet ring, I'll be back. And until then, goodbye for however long it takes. As for you who've sent money, I'll be refunding it ASAP. Until then, get mad at Frontline Music Group and die happy, would you? Then there's a PS to this. This is a recent development. Back in LA from London for a couple weeks before I returned there. Wouldn't you fucking know it? I called Jimmy Kempner and told him that I'm so fucked up that I am not a fucking role model. So to get his shit in gear and stop selling the fucking records for your sake. And well, should we have fucking guessed? He's not done a fucking thing about it. Shit, I even called Rick Piggott of Spring Arbor Distribution and told him, hey, I'm into sex, drugs, and rock and roll. You know it? What the fuck you gonna do? These fuckers don't give a damn about anything but their pocketbook. Like many of the Christian stores, shit, check this out. I fucking called Berean bookstores, and these fuckers told me that they really didn't know if they would stop selling the records and that they would think about it and decide later. What a bunch of fucking assholes. This was after I told them, hey, my life is fucked up. I'm no role model in my state of sex, drugs, and rock and roll. See, these fuckers don't really give a shit about you. They only decided they would obey my instruction after I threatened a worldwide campaign against them. They're doing it to save face. Fuck them. Fucking hirelings is what they are. Not shepherds. Don't buy one more thing from them and pass the word. Also, the ever so prestigious Zondervan, Jim Buick, knowing full well what's going on, has not seen to it that they dealt with all of this either. They're selling the anthology album. Just a aside. After all this, after Roger sending out these letters, they put out a compilation of Vengeance Rising material called Anthology, and that seems to be what he's really most angry about. See, they're in it for the money, folks. They say, oh, it's too much work for us to really deal with this. It's not profitable that we're accountable or give a fuck. And two, asshole Dave Rickey of the Christian Book Center chain. What a fucking wanker. So as for me, I say fuck these religious bastards and their past the fucking bucket world. They use you. They don't really care. I have a whole lot more to say, but I'll reserve that for the press. Two are some of the hireling fucks who, knowing full well my drug, sex, fuck you state, refused to pull the albums from the shelves so that they could make money off you, even though I'm no fucking leader and I say fuck the Church of Hirelings as it is today. I'll have no part of seeing others fucked up as I am, so I'm going to warn as many people as I can against all these denominations so that they won't be deceived by the pride fucks who are in power over things who fucking refuse to support even the leaders in dark hours, unless, of course, they're in the public eye so as to embarrass them. Well, I'm going to be in the public eye, all right, saying, fuck this religious bullshit. And how do you judge the strength of the church? I'll tell you how. By the strength of the 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18-year-old men in that church. Not the cream of the crop, only so as to deceive the people from the truth, but all those who have come within their leadership in the past 5 years. You want to look? I know what the fuck it is. Bullshit. Hireling bullshit. If I can help it, I won't see more hurt by this fucking horror called the church. Yeah, some are authentic, but the ratio is so fucking pathetic and make you puke, and I can prove it. Remember, I've been around for 10 years watching. I know what's up. PSS. As for all the funds I've ever gotten, bear with me while I return them to you, or fucking throw me in jail, you forgiving, long-suffering, agape, fuck you up piece of bullshit. And remember, like all the other fucks, do it in the name of God. Let's just say I never got my money back. But, in all honesty, I would have gotten a t-shirt. By now it would be ruined. And instead I got this packet of joy. So I'm more than happy. Roger, you don't owe me nothing. This is freaking awesome. Now, there's way more pages. So here we've got... This was a flyer that Roger wanted you to print off and I guess stick on Christian bookstores about boycotting any Vengeance Rising material, particularly the anthology that they were putting out. And then later this goes into, this is like a tour rider type thing about how much money they borrowed. So what this seems to be is Vengeance Rising on the Once Dead tour, which was their second record, lost a crap ton of money, like 30 grand or something. And I only know Roger's side of it from the special packet he sent me. But he's basically saying that they, the rest of the band quit so they wouldn't have to pay that debt and left him with the name and the debt and formed a new band called Die Happy. And I remember Die Happy existing. It was more just like a straight rock and roll band that I wasn't very interested in. But so the rest of this packet is there's a printout of a Die Happy interview, and then his response to it, you know, disputing their claims and saying they ripped him off, which is another 4 pages. Then there's then there's a 10-page statement from him from February 17th of 1993. Basically just going over that. There's a lot of Bible quotes and stuff like that. If people are super interested in this, I can make another video, or maybe just scan these pages and put them up somewhere so people can read them. But yeah, so that was the packet I got instead of my t-shirt. And you know what? Sweet trade. I'm into it. Also in the envelope were, this was a, I don't know. This is something about the promotional photo for the Destruction Comes record, the 3rd record that was when it was basically a solo project of him. I don't even understand what he's getting at with this. He said something about coincidences in the picture, but this to me is my favorite part. So also in there is this. This is a poster of the band from Once Dead, and he took the time to neatly cut out everybody except him and include it in the package. So, if you don't know the Roger Martinez story, he basically claimed to then be a full-on Satanist. He was going to record an album called Realms of Blasphemy that I think he was promising from like the year 2000 up until, I think the last thing I saw was he was going to release it on, you know, June 6th, 2006, 666. And of course that never happened. The last I know about Roger Martinez, he was a realtor. I think it was like 10 years ago. He started a YouTube channel and it was all like realty videos. And somebody pointed me to it and I looked and like, yeah, that's Roger Martinez. So I don't know what he's doing now, but yeah, that's my little Roger Martinez story. I thought I just watched the Heavy Metallurgy video about Christian metal, and it sparked this in my mind. So I thought like Scott and Aaron might get a kick out of this. So yeah, good talking to you guys. Hope you found this interesting. If you want to know more about this, want me to read more of it, or post pictures of the rest of the package I got, let me know. All right, thanks guys. Talk to you later.